I saw Grant post a video online, and this was mid-COVID. He said, hey, man, I'm hiring. And I was like, I looked at my boy. Shout out to Tony DiDinicio. He's the man. And I was like, dude, he's hiring in Miami. What should I do? He's like, go for it. And I was like, it. And so I applied. I had an interview. Horrible interview. Shit the fucking interview.
What happened?
Dude, it was horrible. It was like 2 minutes, dude. It was like the worst interview ever. Like,
all right, let's break it down. So you
bro, it was just horrible.
So you flew in
a
or a
2-minute
phone?
interview.
Phone
It
or
was
you
2
flew
minutes. No, it was on a Zoom.
in? It was on a Zoom. Okay, so how'd it go? They talk
Dude,
about
it was horrible.
the worst interview at Grant
Bro.
Cardone Enterprises.
It was horrible, dude. I'm like, all right, man. He's like, yeah, man, why sales? And I'm like, man, I just like sales. Like, I was just stuck, dude. I didn't know what to do or say. And so, yeah, he was like, all right, man, thanks. And then he hung up the call. And I was like, dude, I just bombed that shit, bro. Like, and then I was just determined. So then I was in contact with some of the sales reps there. And I was like, yo, I want a job. And one of the guys was like, yo, fly down there and just show up. And so I flew down and I was like, called the office. And I was like, hey, I'm going to show up. And he's like, yo, don't do that because you'll get kicked out by security. And I was like, well, dude, now if I go in and get kicked out by security, it's going to look weird. I look like a weirdo. So then he was like, yo, no problem. Boom. I flew down again to try to walk in again because he was like, yo, don't worry about it. Just walk in and do it. Like, you're fine. And then I flew down a second time, and then they were shut down because of COVID. So I couldn't go in the office. So then I was shooting videos to one of the managers there, like, hey, man, I'm here. I'm ready for work. They're like, all right, whatever. We'll give you a time. I flew down a third time, and I just stayed there until I got hired. And then after that, dude, I was like...
You stayed in Miami. You're just
No,
like...
I
yeah,
stayed
man.
in their office.
No.
Wait, what do you mean you stayed in their office?
Like, dude, like, it was the same thing. It was like the interview with the guy was like 2 minutes again.
Yeah.
He was like, all right, that's it. And I'm like, this interview's not over.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it is. I'm like, no, it's not. You're supposed to ask me more questions.
Yeah.
And he had his assistant, like, drag me out. And I was like, where's the HR person? She's like, oh, she's over there, but she's probably busy. I was like, well, let's go find out.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, like, no, we'll just give you a text or an email. I'm like, dude, once she says that, I'm cooked.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm getting a job, right? So I was like, I'll go walk up to her desk right now. Like, where she's at? She's like, over there. So I started walking.
Yeah.
And I walked in, sat down with the HR person, closed the deal. Yeah, closed the deal. She's like, when can you start? I was like, a few weeks, let's go. Bang.
Wow.
And then I started. And then, 30 million later and, hundreds of thousands of calls later, changed myself into a completely new man. And 2021, found Scientology, took it all the way, dude. And it really inspired me actually to start my own business, was Scientology.
That's amazing. I'll just comment upon the Grant thing or at his office is like, you had a persistence, right? You're going to be told no so many times in sales, right? You're going to be told no, over and over. But if you could get past the no and ask again, isn't that what sales is all about?
That's all it is, man.
That's right.
Sell or be sold.
That's right.
So at the end of the day, no in your face, flying down, no, a million, like a bunch of times, then you're like, let's find another opening.
Well,
I
here's the
think
other thing is, like,
that's a lesson, no? I mean,
That's right.
if I'm HR, I'll be like, all right, let's try this guy, right?
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, dude, what's the worst thing that could happen?
Yeah, exactly.
I only have one shot at this anyways.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And you made
If
it.
they
Amazing.
kick me out, then I'm not going to get the job anyways.
Yeah.
So it's not like I live here.
Go for
Yep.
broke.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I flew down 3 times. I've literally spent like $6,000
Yeah.
on hotels, on flights, bookings, all Ubers and all that other like,
Yeah, why not try
yeah,
it?
dude. I'm like, dude, I'm staying here until I get the job.
Yep.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
okay.
that's honestly super admirable. Like
Thank
the number
I
of
actually did the
people-
same thing for when I started selling cars too. I walked in the dealership every day until I got the job.
Wow. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, because I was unemployed.
Yeah, you have time on your
And,
hands.
and the interview, the general manager asked me, he's like, "What's your biggest accomplishment?" I was like, "Doing a backflip on a snowboard," and he was like,
Honestly, it's
Dude, I think that's pretty good,
impressive.
bro.
he was like, "Nice, man. What do you know about sales?" I'm like, "Nothing, but I'm willing to learn anything."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just showed up every day
See,
until I got the job.
You can tell we're not managers because the manager's gonna be like backflip on a snowboard. But as a business owner, we'll be like backflip on a snowboard.
It means you can
Yeah.
achieve stuff, bro.
What?
It means you have some dedication and some persistence.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
if you could do a backflip on a snowboard, bro, and you want a job in my office, bro, come on in. Call me. Send me a message on Facebook or something. I will give you at least an interview because that's amazing. Just saying. Okay.
Don't call me.
Don't call this guy. No, what do you mean? Backflip's even more
Chris,
important for
me.
construction.
You can call
okay,
me.
call Chris. Call Chris. All
You
right.
can call me.
Hello. Welcome to Illyria. Oh, that's what we're missing. I guess we haven't had a new I can't hear. I cannot hear. Welcome to Illyria. Thursday, Cults and Crafts. We did a lot during members only. I'm still being a drink gremlin. We're adding a new... We're not giving up MLMs. Here's the crossover. Here's the twisty lines of what happened. I watch Keya's World. And unfortunately, Keya's World is going on Thursdays, and so we're streaming on Thursdays because I feel good. So that's what we're doing right now. Cults and Crafts. We're adding cults to the roundup because I'm nosy and I love cults. And we talk about the bite model. We talk about authoritarian control. We are also going to celebrate membership milestones and birthdays and all of the good things and sometimes the lows, so get ready. But let me just tell you what's happening. That intro was letting you know about the star of tonight's show, Chris, who's a Scientologist, who decided to, in my opinion, trespass until he got the job of his dreams at Grant Cardone's business. And if you don't know, Grant Cardone is one of the delightful individuals who we've covered on this channel so many times. And his wife is part of eXp Realty. And we need to kind of take a deeper dive into eXp Realty because it, from what I understand, it does count as an MLM. However, realtors work there. They sell homes. I just need to be able to communicate better why it's twisty. So, this is the crossover. We are going to be watching a propaganda Scientology podcast for indefinitely. It's twisty as hell, and so we're going to be doing crafts while we do it, so we don't have a meltdown. By we, I mean me. eXp Realty is an MLM. I said what I said. I just want to be able to communicate it in a simple, concise way because I can't right now. So, here's what I'm working on. Ta-da! I'd love to hear what you're working on. Let me celebrate birthdays real quick. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Let me look for birthdays. Oh, happy birthday! My birthday is tomorrow and I'm very excited about the outfit I have planned. I love this. Also, your keyboard looks delightful. Alexandra, happy freaking birthday. Let me set up our jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Happy birthday to you. Oh, it's a little loud. Sorry. Happy birthday! And membership milestones. We are also giving away 10 memberships a little bit later on in the stream, so stay around. 23 months, you are so freaking close. Let's go, Lizzie. Celebrates 23 months of membership. Craft night is cross-stitch. Love that. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful for the financial support from the members. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. And we're going to do kind of a collective, maybe wedding kazoo. 8 months. Let's go. Moving on up and Wedding Kazoo. I think we need to do that. I feel a combo. Care Bear, 8 months. Thank you. Rachel, 14 months. What a good even number. Craft Train, beading, floral earrings. Let's freaking go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's do it. Let's pick it on members only. Let's go. Moving on up.
Well, we're moving on up to the east side, to the deluxe apartments in the sky.
And Wedding Kazoos to get us in the mood. 6 months. Let's go. Almost a fully formed baby snark. Thank you. Heyo. Oops. What is our Wedding Kazoos? Jojo. Amelia. All right. Let's get to it. I'm going to stop blinding us with the light. Let's see, what color do we want? I'm not opposed. No. Let's go. We're a watermelon tonight. All right. Oh no. Melanie, where's the chat widget? What? Oh, there we go. Oh. Oh. Welcome to our new cult series on Thursdays. Yes, that's pinned. Let's go. Okay. Hopefully. All right. We are getting loaded late. I don't know why. The Wedding Kazoos just get us in a good mood. So, we have overlaid with some dirt. We have lightened their voices to a pitch. I think the intro will be fine because we put them in a laptop. We have bastardized this as much as possible. I mean, not as much as I could have, but I'm lazy today. Wedding Kazoo and my weekly D&D session are all I live for. Don't tell my husband. Your secret is safe with me and all of the squirrels. Let me put my craft camera on. Oh, dear God. We're a little bit wonky. Hold on. Please don't look at my arms. Sorry. I'm being self-conscious. Why is this flipped? Please hold. It's just going to be angled because I've got my camera in a different spot. I'm just going to keep it like this, okay? We're good. And we're going to put it... Where are we going to put it? Sorry, I didn't think this through. Okay, I'll move it. Thanks. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all are the best. That's all. That's what I'm going to do. Okay? Is that too, like, busy for y'all? Hold on. I think I'm going to lean down like this. So let me move. I'm going to have to move the camera. I'm going to do that. All right. Craft cam set up. All right. This is a Scientology pro-propaganda. We will craft and correct. Call out. Feel free to rage. We will craft and rage together. Take care of yourself, preserve and promote your emotional well-being. Leave if you need to. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications if you want to come back and have fun with us and yell into the void. All right.
24 years old, I make $400,000 in a year. I got arrested. Here I am, working at McDonald's, flipping burgers. And she's like, don't buy that book. If you buy that book, I'm breaking up with you. What actually stopped me doing drugs and partying was moving to Miami. The general manager asked me, he's like, what's your biggest accomplishment? I was like, doing a backflip on a snowboard. And he was like, and I just stayed there until I got hired.
You stayed in Miami. You're just
No,
like,
I
yeah,
stayed in their office. I am not moving back to Erie, Pennsylvania. And I'm running, I'm screaming. I'm like, I need to change. Dude, I want to move fast, bro. I don't need to spend 2 years just to make a decision, dude.
Today we got a young baller, okay? And by baller, I mean he makes cash. He makes dough. He makes balls of dough. Deposits them in the bank. This is Chris Dietz. Originally from a little town. Well, I mean, it's not that little, I guess. But Erie, Pennsylvania, right? Definitely very, like, white territory, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's like America, right? Like,
Muslims.
yeah, okay.
Muslim, yeah.
So,
We already got canceled
Amish.
30 seconds.
but look,
Hey, it's
this
cool.
guy comes from this town. I don't know, maybe
What? What did he just say? Sorry, I'm pretty loud, my bad. What did he just say? Oh my God.
Erie, Pennsylvania, right? Definitely
Yeah.
very like white territory, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like that's like
White,
like
blacks.
America, right? Like
Muslims.
yeah, okay.
Muslim,
So,
yeah.
so
We already got canceled
Amish.
30 seconds.
but look,
Hey, it's
this
cool.
guy comes from this town. I don't know.
Wait.
But I hear Pennsylvania, dude, and I just think like a small place.
I also
don't
think
know.
Caucasian individuals when I hear Pennsylvania.
No, it's definitely it's yeah, it's a good
You,
town.
you don't deny it.
Yeah,
No, it's fine. You're great, dude.
I mean, it's a mix of both. I mean, there's just everything there. You know. Just
All right, I might have to redo this intro, but dude, in the meantime, this guy, okay, came from this town, connected through the internet, which we're on right now, to sales, okay? And by the age of 25, had done phone-to-phone sales of over $30 million. What that means, that businesses changed, people changed, programs, courses, transformations delivered through the voice of this guy.
Businesses boomed.
Business booming.
Children fed.
Just an amazing, enthusiastic guy. I want to show an example of someone who's just excited about life, and at one point was not. So we're gonna get into that transformation, how you went from what you were to who you are right now on today's show, the Don't Do Nothing podcast. Christy,
Welcome,
you.
Chris Dietz. Man, we got to
Dude,
have like that
intro.
yeah,
Thank you.
thank you, brother.
So yeah, this is me.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So, dude, I wanna like, there's a bit of a thing when some people, honestly, on this show we have a lot very successful people. In my eyes, like I bring on people who I admire. Like if someone's on the show, pretty much I admire something about that person or many things. Okay, including Brad.
I just
by
want
the
to put
way.
who's
He's
on
not a-
every show.
That's right. Thank you. So,
This is going to be the Brad pats himself on the back episode.
however,
kidding.
some people have this idea, this like silver spoon, things are given to people. Like rich people are only there because their granddaddy was rich or their uncle's rich or something, or like it's all just happened, right? So I want to kind of take people to the beginning of your story. I want you to tell me, dude, like, what was it like growing up, and what kind of issues did you get into?
Okay, so heads up. They are starting with everyone's story at the beginning. They do this on every podcast. The rags to riches, I had where you started, either a hard story, a hard point, how Scientology came in and saved you, blah, blah, blah. This is, again, if you came in late, pro Scientology propaganda podcast, in my opinion. They are hardcore trying to refine slash fix slash reinvent who Scientology is to the general public. And so you have people on TikTok, you have people on YouTube, you have people in the real world, but it's a hard PR campaign to fix the fuckery. Hello, Moby Kitty. It's the Scientology propaganda podcast. Yes.
In your life that you know, we're here on planet
Good
Earth,
question.
bro. Yeah. So let's start
Spill
there.
it.
So where do I start? Okay, good. So I'm 27 years old now, and I grew up in Erie, Pennsylvania, of course. But growing up, I had a mom and dad, and I had 2 older sisters, right? And so at an early age, my family separated. My mom and dad got divorced, right? Whatever, it is what it is, right? Dad kind of left a picture. I still love him to death, right? We don't talk that much, right? Mm-hmm. And so this is around 3rd grade where we moved from the city of Erie to a place called Harbor Creek, right? And it's upper middle class, right? It's really not broke people. Like it's upper middle class, nice houses, subdivision, etc., right? And so, my family would get in fights and stuff like that, and I'm like, sitting there, and I don't know what to do. And then plus, I got 2 older sisters that are just like beating the crap out of me every day, and don't know what to do. And my mom always taught me like you can never hit a woman, so I was never able to like
Just
hit
take
back, dude. I literally could take it, and if I pushed them, then they would just start freaking out and crying, and then I would get in trouble anyways, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, I got in a lot of trouble at a young age. 3rd grade, 2nd grade, 4th grade. I mean, I was stealing everything I could get my hands on. I would steal stuff from the book fair, like, and
So
I remember
you
once.
like as a kid that young?
I don't
Yeah.
know if y'all
Why?
can see
Oh,
it.
I was just. It was a game. I was like, my friends and I. Well, it
No
actually
bumps.
all started from,
show y'all
you guys know
later.
Eminem, right?
I mean, yeah.
Right? You know his old CDs, like the Marshall Mathers LP,
Yeah.
Slim Shady LP, right? So we're in 3rd grade, and I got this MP3 player for for Christmas, right? And my buddy, he was like, "Hey, dude, I just got this album. I took it from my dad, and it's the Marshall Mathers LP album, right? Explicit. I'm not."
Yeah, I also changed the pitch of his voice, so if y'all are wondering what the little dots are on the screen or why they sound like gerbils, me. That's why. He's trying to be relatable, but he's also coming across as pretentious. I don't think he can help himself, so missing the mark for sure. I also took out 526 pauses, so if you wonder why, I definitely bastardized this video.
Not sure if you guys ever listened to it, but it's absurd, right? It's just like the worst things you could ever hear, right? And so we're listening to it, right? And we're like, dude, this is awesome. Like, we have no idea anything he's saying. And we're learning a whole bunch of new words, like all the swear words you could possibly imagine, all the drugs, all that stuff, right? And we're listening.
Which album is that?
It's the one where it's gray and it's like.
But like, what's that? What's like the singles
Is it
or
real
like
Slim
what's
Shady
the?
on it?
Real Slim Shady's
Okay,
on
okay.
it.
I think I was
So
on
one of the
Kim.
first
I was like
ones, yeah.
11.
Okay.
Song Kim, you ever hear that song? Song Kim. There's a whole list. And then we were listening to that, and we were like, dude, this is awesome. Like, dude, we love this, right? So we started like
I'm glad
looking up
Moby's
rap
okay.
songs and printing the lyrics, and then taking them into school, and then we would like rehearse raps, right, with uncensored. So we'd be like cursing and stuff like that, you know. And then one day the teacher was
And
like,
you're like
"No."
9,
Yeah.
8.
Yeah, like, dude, we're learning everything. Like, all, like, the adult stuff that,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we all listen to, and, like, we all know all the words. Like, we're in 3rd grade just, like, hustling this music, right? And so the one day we traded, and I was like, yo, I'll give you my in player for this CD. So I'm in my room, and I'm just bumping to this stuff, and I think everything he's saying is true. Like, he's like, you know, just saying the craziest stuff, right? I'm gonna kill people, you know, shoot someone in the face,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
all that crazy stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And so I'm like, damn, like, this guy's legit. Like,
Oh,
oh my God, dude. So then, that started off. I learned a whole bunch of new words.
Hi, Shadow.
And after that,
If you're just coming in, we are listening to a pro-Scientology propaganda podcast. We're going to break it down, but he works for Grant Cardone, which is why we picked this one first. But I found this podcast through Keya's World, and she looked at a different one last week. And so we are adding a Cult and Crafts Thursday stream to the rotation because the bite model, authoritarian control, that's the tie that binds here.
my mom found the CD, and she basically ripped my head off. Let's just put it that way, because she found it and she was playing it, and like she was like, "What the hell is this? Like, dude, what the f- is this? It's 3rd grade. Like, dude, what are you doing?" Right? Sent me to school that morning, dude. I was like crying up and stuff. Had to trade back the CD and stuff. And then, after that, dude, all we would do is we would just focus on getting in trouble. So it was in school. Like, we would, I don't know, whether it's cheating on homework because we don't want to do it, or it's stealing a pencil.
Yeah, I think this is a him problem because I was well behaved. Yeah, that's a... Yeah.
Or there's a book fair, and one kid's like, "Oh yeah, my mom got this." Well, like my parents aren't gonna give me money for shit, so how else am I gonna get it? I'm gonna steal it. So it started at the book fair, right? And then my mom found out that I stole like $40 worth of stuff from the bookstore. Like, I just picked the most expensive stuff, and she found it. And she's like, "Yo, what the hell?" Right? Had me.
If you're
go-
watching this in the far future, $40 used to actually buy you more than like a can of soda.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this was back in 2006 or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyways, and then it went to convenience stores and Walmarts and Kmarts and all those stores. We would just go in there and just steal stuff, right?
Wow.
And then I also found out that since I'm a minor, I wouldn't actually get in trouble. So I was like, "Oh, this is brilliant."
After you were already stealing.
Oh.
Yeah,
And how did you learn of this?
the internet.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I think one of my buddies told me or something,
Okay.
right? So he was like, "Yeah, dude, like you're a minor,
You're
so it
safe.
doesn't matter, right?" So I was like,
Wow.
"Oh, it's brilliant. I don't care if I get caught or not. I'm still good. And plus, I'm a
Wow.
little kid, so who's actually gonna fault me, right? Oh, I forgot to pay for it.
Right.
Okay, I'll go pay for it, right? I know it's sketchy,
Yeah, yeah.
But you know,
So,
that's the game.
so did it escalate? Right. Once you found out you can't get in trouble, like what was the
Yeah,
next
it,
move?
it escalated to the point where I just started stealing so much stuff. And my mom told me she was because I would, and then I'd steal money from my sisters, and I'd steal money from my parents, and I'd steal money from friends. It was horrible. It was super super bad, right? And it was like addicting, right? I was like, okay, how much can I get, right? And then there was one day where my mom found out I stole like a piece of gum or like a pack of gum from the store, and she was like, "That's it." And she's like, "You're going to juvenile. You're going to the juvenile center." And I was like, no. And she like fucking packed my shit up. She sent me there. It was closed. It was just more so like a scare tactic.
Okay.
But
Like the prison, like juvie.
yeah, like
prison,
juvie. Yeah. She's like, "You're going to juvie. Like now. Pack your bags." And I'm like,
what?
dude, what the hell is this, right? Because also like my family, we grew
Your
up.
mom, the judge, jury, and
Oh,
executioner.
dude, she's awesome, dude. She's amazing. I mean,
love that.
she died last year of breast cancer. Rest in peace. But she's freaking incredible, dude. She was amazing.
Yeah.
And so when I was little, I had two cousins, and like my aunt. That's a whole nother story itself, right? Just different family stuff. But they're in a different part of town, right? The hood. And my mom grew up in the hood, so she would always take me on rides whenever I do bad shit and be like, "Do you want to live here? Do you want to live here? Do you want to live here? You want to get dropped off right here?" Right? Hey, let's go at 8 p.m. at night. I'll drop you off right here. You can live on your own if you really want to, right? And I'm in like 3rd and 4th grade. Dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like looking out around. I'm like, dude, like that looks like an abandoned house. Like I don't want to get dropped off here, right? So anyway, so she takes me there, and she's like, "All right, get out of the car." And I'm crying, and so she like forces me out of the car. She closes the door. She doesn't do anything. She just kind of like uses a threat. And she's like, "All right, good. You done now?" I was like, "Yeah, good." Boom. And then the next day, she brought me in again. Then I had to talk to a police officer and basically like, confess all my sins to the police officer. And then it didn't really get better after that and then I would just continue doing it. Getting into detention, 4th grade, getting in detention and stuff, like flipping off bus drivers. Dude, I just wanted to just get in trouble.
Yeah.
And so after that, then my mom was like, "Dude, since you just can't get your together, I'm sending you to a Catholic school." And so honestly, going to a Catholic school was like the best thing in the world for me because it was honestly amazing. I had more fun there than ever before.
Chris, what changed this?
Like-
At what point did this change?
Well, but hold on. Let's do the story. Let it go through the
Yeah.
story.
I'll tell you when it changed. So long story short is, I go to the Catholic school, and I have the time of my life there, right? Because I'm like this bad kid.
Yeah.
Now in this Catholic school where all these parents and all these kids are like goody goodies, and then here I come
Were
in.
they actually? Were they actually good?
A lot of them were pretty good, honestly. Like
Oh,
they
wow.
were, they were really good, right? And I came in there. I'm in 5th grade, and we're playing soccer outside. And like I grew up in public school. Not saying it was a bad school or anything, but it's just different. And so I go in there, and I'm like cussing up a storm. I'm like not following all the rules and stuff. And they're like, "Oh my God, dude, you just said a bad word." I'm like, "Bro, it's a fucking bad word. And there's no teachers or parents around. Who cares?" So then, whatever, we continue getting in trouble, fights, all that stuff in the Catholic school. We were causing a lot of trouble. Had a great
So you
time.
went with your buddy, the same buddy with the
No, he
okay,
went.
okay.
I went to that school alone.
Okay.
So I met a whole new friend group there.
Okay.
Right? And also, like, after I graduated high school, I went from a Catholic school from preschool to 1st grade, and then I did a school called Rolling Ridge from.
You went to a Catholic school from preschool to first grade. Okay, got it. Never mind.
That was the public school, and then I got sent to another school, which was the Catholic school from 5th to 8th grade, and then I went to Harbor Creek High School, which is not a Catholic school; it's a public school, the same school that I went to when I was a kid,
Okay.
except it's high school, right? So like I went to 4 different schools, right? And so I had to meet new people every time I had to go to the school, right? And so how am I going to do that?
Well, that's a good skill, I guess. What right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so now I have a really a lot of people know me just because I'm not a quiet person. It's my personality. Like I always am the guy that's just in the group.
If Chris is in a room and he's talking, you're gonna know he's in the room.
Yeah, my voice.
No
does
matter how
carry.
big the room is.
Yeah, it's true.
I love it.
It's
Whenever
true.
I'm like somewhere and you're there, I'm like, "Oh, where is he?" I can hear him from across the room.
You can hear me laughing and shit.
Yeah.
So then I get into high school. The trouble continues. Drugs, parties. obsession with all of that stuff, you know, all throughout high school. And then
Did you feel like there was like a did you feel like there was like a decline during this period? Like did it feel like going downhill or no?
well, it was interesting because
think back to
like the thing is I knew I was declining, but I always knew that I wasn't going to do it forever. So
Oh,
my mindset
wow.
is I'm going to do as much as humanly possible now.
Oh,
so
wow.
then later in life, it's all done.
Okay, that's an idea.
And so it was like,
Yeah.
okay,
No,
let me
that's
do as
it.
much as
I
I
have
can.
no.
Yeah.
I have no sympathy. That's fine. I'm gonna do as much as humanly possible now. I'm gonna take from people what is not mine as much as I can now, so I won't do it when I would have experienced the consequences, experienced the permanent consequences of my behavior. Oh, okay. What a selfish, self-centered perspective that went all the way. I don't even really know what to say at this point. I really don't. I don't know what to say. I got away with so much stuff from 3rd grade all the way up to high school. Isn't it so neat and so cool? I trespassed on Grant Cardone's company until he gave me a job. Isn't that so neat and so cool? Like, totally cool. I trespassed on that car lot until they gave me a job. Isn't that so neat and so cool, in my opinion? Okay. Sorry, let me just pull this thread through. It's not even that he needed it. He said he lived in an upper middle class neighborhood. And his mom had to take him to a really bad part of town and said, "Do you want to live here? Do you want to live here? Do you want to live here?" And he's like, "No, I don't want to live here." And he kept taking just to take. But yeah, I get the TW. My little sister struggled with stealing from the gas station. She was motivated by my parents only feeding. Yes, food, hoarding. I get that. I get that. That's totally get that. When you're hungry and you don't think that you don't know when your next meal is gonna be, I totally understand that. Him saying that he's living in an upper middle class neighborhood and he was doing it for the thrill of it, just to see like if he could do it, I don't have grace for that. I totally get when you're hungry or when you're starving or when you're like don't know when you're gonna like when you don't know where your next meal is coming from. I totally understand that. And I totally understand that. I think it's wildly different than what this dude is doing.
You know, from the age of 15 to, it went a little bit longer, from the age of 15 to about 22 years old, I focused on partying every single day or every single weekend, doing drugs, you know, literally finding any way I possibly could to have a party. But then after I graduated high school,
So just on the drug part, just to get it, like, we're talking about you smoking pot or more?
pot, cocaine, pills, everything
'Kay.
you could possibly think of, except for like meth or heroin.
Okay.
You know, but like if it was there, I'd do it, and
You
I would do it.
you never got it. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, like I was always the guy in the group where they would invite me to the party. They'd be like, dude, don't invite that guy, because I would just, bro, I would drink everything and I would smoke everything.
Wow.
Like if they had like a thing of weed like this big, they're like, oh, you know, like let's just take some time, you know. And I'm like, nah, dude, f- that, bro. Let's smoke this whole thing right now. And they're like, bro, like that's my last $60. I'm like, dude.
Hello! If you're just coming in, apologies for the lack of trigger warning. This guy is wild. Yes, I saw these on, these guys were on Keya's World, and I did give credit in the description and verbal credit earlier on. This is a different episode. This guy works for Grant Cardone. And we've covered Grant Cardone on my channel because of so many ties to multi-level marketing. So when we saw him, and he's going to talk about how he weaseled his way into Grant Cardone's company, we were like, what a perfect episode to watch. Cool. I hope your food is so delicious. We are crafting and culting. So, yes, we love Keya's World, and we hate cults.
Dude, I don't care. You know, we're here to smoke. Anyways, okay, next subject, right?
Okay.
So anyways, and that's, dude, that was my
So
life,
basically,
man.
you're direct, bro. The thing is, you have a lot of volume, right? So if you put whatever direction you're gonna go in, bro, you go big.
Yeah,
So you're
that's right.
going big
right.
in that direction. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so after high school, I was one of the like I had a late birthday, so I graduated high school when I was 17 years old. So my birthday is June 28th. So I graduated high school, then I turned 18, and then that's when things really took a turn because I was in the real world. I knew I didn't want to go to college. All my friends that were going to college and stuff, they would, you know, they're living this great life, college, blah blah blah, and here I am, you know, working at McDonald's, you know, flipping burgers and still doing the same stuff.
Were
And you actually at
working
McDonald's, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with working at McDonald's, so stop shaming people who are working hard. It's not a good look, Chris. Christopher. You know what? You don't get a short name, Christopher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was my first job. Yeah.
Just like President Trump.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
You know,
Nice.
Trump is the first president ever to work at McDonald's. Anyways,
You don't know about this meme?
Yeah. No, I know.
Okay.
so right after high school, then I go on a really bad turn because I start like going hard because now I'm free, right? I don't have school. All I do is work,
Yep.
and I'm working at McDonald's. Then I started working at TJ Maxx, and then after TJ Maxx, then I worked at a hospital as a cook. So I was like a cook at a hospital, right? It was like I was getting paid like $11 an hour at
Yep.
the time, right?
Yep.
Which for an 18-year-old, that was like I'm rich, right? And so that's when I started going hard into everything, like drugs, party, everything, right? And then Halloween night, I got arrested, and so
For what?
Well, I was passed out on the side of the road.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So I got super messed up at this Halloween party and I blacked out. I was walking and I just fell asleep on the sidewalk
Oh, wow.
in like the middle of the little town, right? And so I wake up to a cop kicking my foot and I was like, "What's up, man?" And he's like, "Yo, you good?" I'm like, "Yeah, get up, whatever." You know? He's like, "How much you have to drink?" I'm like, "Not much." And then he pats me, right? I already know him. And that night I was given a weed bowl and it wasn't mine. And so he packs it up. He's like, "Oh, is this yours?" And I was like, "No, it's not mine." He's like, "Bullshit. You're getting in the car."
Yeah.
So whatever, dude. Like, you know, and then you know that whole situation was crazy. And then after that, I had a really great lawyer. So
yeah.
he removed my underage drinking charge, which would have suspended my license. And he also removed my possession of marijuana because he was counting the marijuana in the bowl
Excuse me,
as
sorry.
weed, right? But it's just resin. And so I got 6 months probation, and that was the thing that changed everything for me. Because I couldn't smoke, I couldn't do drugs, I couldn't party, I couldn't go hang out with those guys because they wouldn't want to hang out with me unless I partied, right? And so what? I'm 19 years old, and then on top of that, right after I got arrested, I was doing like tricks on a snowboard, busted my shoulder, and then I was still doing drugs because I didn't have the probation thing yet. So I was like, whatever, like, why don't I just keep partying till this thing
Oh,
happens?
because you're saying like, okay, so you got arrested, and then there's like a trial on this or whatever.
Yeah,
Not a trial, but a whatever.
Yeah,
so you're
you
saying
gotta do
between
it
the
3
time
months.
between that happened in the middle of that, that's when the accident happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got fired.
Were you allowed to be snowboarding on your probation?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't on probation yet, technically.
Oh,
Okay,
oh, I got
yeah,
it. I
so
got
the
it.
probation happened like in the beginning of February.
Dude, you're an. Oh, am I allowed to say that? You're an. We can't name call. You're still gonna do drugs before your hearing? Are you kidding me? Christopher? He doesn't act like he has any remorse about anything he's done. In my opinion. Oh, what a it's a burnt chicken nugget behavior.
I want to just examine this because I've not been arrested. Okay.
Good.
So thank you. So
good.
how can you go through that process? So like, okay, the cop gets you. Like you just I just want to go into it, dude. I know, like I just want to know, like how does that happen?
I'm curious. Too.
I mean, it's really not there's a lot of people that have done a lot worse than me and been arrested for a lot worse than me. But like, for example, you know, he was like, all right, put your hands behind your back. And he read the remand rights. And as soon as he said that, I knew I couldn't say anything to him. So I was also like I was just completely smashed, drunk, right? So he puts me in the back of the cop car, and I don't know what to do, and I don't want to say anything because it could be held against me in law.
Yep.
And so I'm just screaming the word in the back of his
Oh,
cop
wow.
car.
Oh.
Did he hold that against you in a court of law?
No, you can't. It's just a word, right? And I didn't do anything wrong against him, right?
Yeah,
And then he put me in the
yeah.
freaking drunk tank, right?
What does
And-
that mean? What is that, dude?
What's
You're
that?
talking
Yeah,
about
what
stuff
is
like
that?
I know, bro. What's the drunk
So
tank,
funny.
dude?
The drunk tank is like, I don't know, it's just a room. Like,
Oh, it's just where they're holding you overnight.
yeah, it's a
right?
room,
Yeah.
and you go in, and they put you in handcuffs, and then you have to just sit in the room.
So these guys, they're letting him talk. They're letting him paint this story about how wild he was before Scientology. How, quote unquote, unacceptable his behavior was before Scientology. How, unseemly he was as a person before Scientology. We're all sitting here going, ooh, dude, what? And even now, as he's telling us what he did, he has no remorse. No remorse about what he did as a kid, no remorse about what he did as a teenager, just no remorse. He says Scientology quote unquote fixed him, but like, isn't there humility at some point? Isn't there supposed to be something if you go back and look and say, wow, I fucked over the people that I hurt? Even if you don't take the time to go and apologize, when you have that, my core values are these, I really went against them when I hurt those people. Or even if they weren't against my core values, I shouldn't have done something where I stole from other people to give to myself. And I didn't deserve that. And they're setting this up to say how incredible Scientology is. It's propaganda. It's propaganda. Be careful if you're rolling your eyes and make it stuck that way. He's on the list. He's on the waiting list. He's on the waiting list. He's on the waiting list. Wipe that smug look off your face. So many people have been punished far worse for far less. 100%. God.
Room and just wait.
You have to
Okay.
sit there in handcuffs?
Yeah.
Oh, that
I mean, you
sucks.
don't. I mean, sometimes you do something. I know.
Yeah.
He cuffed me up.
You
pretty
sat
freaking
there
good.
all night in handcuffs?
Yeah.
In front or behind?
One of them was tied to the bench.
Oh.
Bro, it was.
But and how many people are in this setting?
It was just one, dude.
Just
Bro,
you.
We're in a small town.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I'm not even
Wait,
I'm not
what?
even in Erie. I'm
It's
in a
just
place
you?
called Edinburgh.
Okay.
And it's like trees and
Yeah,
land.
yeah.
It's
you're
just
the
it's
one
literally
just-
just me, dude.
Oh,
and so like
And you stayed there just one night.
yeah, I was there for like I don't even know how.
Why
long,
did
man.
he handcuff you to the bench?
Bro, like, I was
You're drunk.
Dude. Anyway,
That's so
Okay, yeah.
it gets way more excessive.
No, that's
bro. It
so
was
ex-
crazy.
But no, but
it was crazy.
Okay.
bro.
Okay.
It was crazy. So then,
That's like some medieval stuff.
bro, it got even worse.
That's like some medieval stuff. This podcast is just a gold mine of fluffery. It's a gold mine. It's a gold mine. It truly, truly, truly a gold mine. My God.
So then, whatever, I get to the drunk tank. I'm in there for I don't know how long. I don't even know. Maybe let's say 5 hours.
Okay.
Whatever. I have work the next morning.
Yeah.
Right. And
McDonald's?
No,
That's-
this is at the hospital.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is when I was working at the hospital. That job was also insane. Anyways. And so I'm like, dude, like, I need out of here, bro. Like, I have to work in the morning, dude. I don't go to college. And he's like, well, dude, I'm like, I need to call someone. I'm not calling my mom. He's like, you're calling your mom. I'm 18 years old. Like, I still live with my mom.
He knew.
He's like, you're calling your mom. So, dude, I had to call my mom. He called the mom, dude. My mom picked me up, but I was so embarrassed. My mom was like, she wasn't even like pissed,
Yeah.
right? She just smacked me in the head and was like, you're a like you're not like I'm not paying for anything. So like I'm not mad at you or anything. Like you up, and I'm just like, yeah, I did. And she was like, yeah, like I know a lot of these parents they help their kids get out of that. Don't expect anything from me, you know? Like you're paying and handling everything.
Yep.
And I was like, so I had to handle everything,
Yeah.
right? You know, like thankfully we have good connections, and so we knew a state trooper that knew a good lawyer that hooked us up and whatever. It was like I don't know, the total investment was like $4,000 or something like that, which I don't even know.
To get you on probation instead of go to jail.
Well, just to get me the lawyer
Oh wow.
and the whole cost and other fines and whatever fees, whatever. And so
Can I ask you a question
What
about,
hap- yeah.
about that situation? Do you feel like your mom telling you, hey, you're on your own, helped you?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it helped me. It helped me
I
every
kind of
time.
got that as you were saying that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
my parents really did that my whole life.
Yeah.
So, like, my dad, for example, like, even though, like, you know, I barely talked to him probably since, I don't know, maybe 6th grade. No, yeah, about sixth or 7th grade is when, like, kind of everything separated. Whenever I was younger, every time I'd be like, hey, Dad, can you help me with something? He'd always just say, like, figure it out. Like, literally anything. It could be anything. I'm like, hey, Dad, can you help me get this plate on?
Wow, what a delight. I get your parents teaching you how to do stuff, but it's like, hey, Dad, I need help with something, and your parents just like figure it out. Figure it out.
The top shelf, and he's sitting on the couch watching TV or whatever, and he goes, figure it out, and I'm like, oh no, like
Figure it out, son.
I'm like, no, I gotta climb on the counter, man. He's like, if I were to give you $1 right now, would you figure out how to get that plate? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, so do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
okay, good. And so that's kind of how like it was just installed in me. Just figure it out. And so yeah, like
Yeah, because
you
you're
know,
not going to be there forever.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that is a.
Yeah.
And so like my mom, like whenever, like when I was younger, whenever I'd have problems or like I would, you know, like there was one time I wanted to quit gymnastics. I wish I never did. Honestly, I truly believe I would have been like in the Olympics in gymnastics. Bro, I was good
Wow.
at gymnastics, like at a really young age. But I got scared. And so I was like, hey, Mom, I want to quit. I was in 3rd grade. I'm like, hey, Mom, I want to quit. She's like, don't tell me, tell the coach. And I was like,
Wow.
Mom, I don't want to. And so she's like, no, like, I'm not the coach.
Yeah.
Go tell the coach, dude. So here I am. I'm like, Coach, I'm sorry. I don't want to do this anymore. You know? Like it was the scariest thing in the world, and he was like, "Oh, it's all good," you know. So like that's how everything was handled for me and also my sisters. But I obviously got it the worst because I did the most, right?
Right.
So like, and so yeah, so yeah, in the drunk tank. And I know we got to be super quick with this, man, because I keep talking about this.
No, it's all good. I asked about
No,
it. Bro.
I like
Anyways,
this.
I got double cuffed to the thing because I was trying to the.
Trying to get at it.
No, dude, it was uncomfortable,
Oh,
bro.
I get it. Okay.
And so I'm like,
And
dude,
he came in both.
Hi. Oh no, migraines. Oh, I hope your migraines get better. Yeah, I feel like this guy would just thrive with some therapy. I don't know.
he double bolted me to it, dude. And I'm like, hey, can I get some water, dude? And he gives me a fucking Dixie cup of water, bro.
How did you drink it?
Well, this was before he double cuffed me,
Oh,
but
okay,
I drank
okay.
it, and I'm like, can I get more? And he was like, no. And I'm like,
Figure it out.
What if you had to like take a piss or something?
bro, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
your
It
pants?
was just
Fine.
Yeah. But
Okay.
anyway, so then,
But then, like, at the end of the day, after
Yeah.
that, you're like, did you decide, like, dude, I'm not gonna go back here again, or like, was
No.
that part? No. Okay. Okay. Fine.
No.
I'm coming back.
I relapsed.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
so I
Oh,
did. Yeah, so like
Alright,
I did my
words are
probation.
done.
That cleaned me up. Actually, during that probation is when I found Scientology.
Oh.
Because I didn't have any friends. I lost all my friends. I was actually jobless. I didn't have a job because I got fired and I had a broken thing and everything was all f***ed up, right? So and I couldn't do drugs, right? So I was unemployed. So all I did all day was read and play video games, right? And so I started reading books. Think and Grow Rich, Sell or Be Sold, like all of these books. I had like, dude, if you go to my house in Erie, I have a full stack of books, like a bookshelf this high, full of books that I read.
Wow.
You know, I was reading like a book a week because I just was gathering, trying to find information. And so Grant Cardone did a post online, and he was like, "Hey man, I read this book Dianetics 5 times. You guys should read it." And this was in 2018. And I'm like, dude,
Night cat.
this guy reading this book, he's a successful guy. I'm gonna buy it, right? I don't know what a Dianetic is. I'm like, it's a big ass book. I'm probably not gonna read it anyways. That, right?
That's maybe the best quote I've ever heard. I don't know what a Dianetic is.
Yeah, I was like,
I love that.
Yeah, I'm
what
like,
a
dude,
great
no,
quote.
for real. I'm like, what the hell is this book, right? So I'm like,
Wow.
I tell my girlfriend at the time, my ex girlfriend, now. I was like, hey, I'm gonna buy this book, and she looks at it, and you know, if their family sees this, I hope they don't get mad, but I don't think they will. But she goes, don't buy that book. No, you can't buy it. You don't do it. It's wrong. It's bad. It's a bad book, right?
Wait, why?
Dude,
What-
for some Scientology shit, dude. You know, like I don't know, bad data, whatever. I don't know. She's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
right? And you know, like if you just look up the worst videos online of what Scientology is, whatever,
Yup.
everything is gonna be bad.
There's the
It's
call.
all gonna be bad information. And I'm always a big conspiracy guy, right?
She knew.
So I love conspiracies, like the 9/11 stuff, you know, Pentagon, CIA, like all that. Like I'm really into that stuff.
Yeah.
So when I found out about Scientology, I was like, oh, dude, let me look into this. Like, let me dig into this, right? And then, you know, there's like crazy stories about this and that, and this happens, that happens. And then after watching like probably, I don't know, 7 hours of videos over a span of a week or so,
Yeah.
I'm looking at it, I'm just like, bro, like, if all this was true, bro, they would be raided and shut down by the feds.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, whatever, turned it off.
Wow.
And then, you know, never crossed my mind. And then what actually stopped me doing drugs and partying was moving to Miami and
That's
working for Grant.
unexpected.
Yeah,
You think it would be the exact opposite?
yeah. So
Wow.
so like all the way up until I was like, hey man, I'm gonna work.
So your
for
girlfriend
Grant.
said, "Hey, don't buy Dianetics, do whatever." But you finish your probation, and then what happened?
We broke up in May of 2020.
Okay.
So we broke up. And then I went on another wrong path of just partying and stuff like that. You know, the
I
same
wanna
stuff I was
know-
doing when I was 18. And
I want to know the details of went down the wrong path because I feel like we're missing information. He's being so vague. I just want to know. I want to know. I'm a nosy bee. I'm so nosy. I'm so nosy. I'm freaking nosy. And I'm glad his girlfriend got out because holy mother forking shirt balls. I'm gonna do like y'all can't see it. Let me see if I can put a light on here. So like, can y'all see it? Oh. So you see like it's kind of a bumpy stitch I'm gonna do a different kind of stitch for the cream. So I'm gonna do that next. Then I'm gonna do blue. I'm gonna do blue, pink, then red. Then I'm gonna do this deep evergreen. I'm gonna frame it because we say we don't drink the Kool-Aid, we analyze the ingredients. So I just need to pick the stitch we're gonna do. I hope this is fun for y'all, other than we're getting a headache from all of the slubbery.
And then, you know, I saw Grant post a video online, and this was mid-COVID. He said, hey, man, I'm hiring. And I was like, I looked at my boy. Shout out to Tony DiNicio. He's the man. I love him. He actually lives in Clearwater, too, as well right now. Yeah, great guy. Phenomenal guy. Yeah, great guy. And we were roommates at the time, right?
Wow.
In Pennsylvania or in
Erie.
I've
Yeah,
done
yeah,
this
yeah.
one.
And I was like, dude, he's hiring in Miami. What should I do? He's like,
What
go
an
for it.
eerie coincidence. Sorry.
Ooh.
Very.
I
He's
like
like,
this
he's
one.
like, go for it. And I was like, and so I applied. I had an interview. Horrible interview. Shit the fucking interview.
What happened?
Dude, it was horrible. It was like 2 minutes, dude. It was like the worst interview ever. Like,
All right, let's break it down. So you
It was
so
just-
you flew
it
in
was a
or a
2-minute
phone?
interview.
Phone
it
or
was
you
2
flew
minutes.
in?
No, it was on a Zoom.
It was on a Zoom. Okay, so how'd it go? They
gonna
thought
do
it was
this.
the worst interview at Grant Cardone Enterprises.
It was horrible, dude. I'm like, all right, man. He's like, yeah, man. Why sales? And I'm like, man, I just like sales. Like, I was just stuck, dude. I didn't know what to
I'm
do
gonna
or
do that
say.
one.
And so, yeah, he was like, all right, man, thanks. And then we hung up the
Hi.
call. And I was like, dude, I just bombed that,
no.
bro. Like, that was.
Well, who was it?
I'm not gonna say the name.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I haven't been around because I lost my mom a month ago from her cancer. Oh. I'm sorry to hear that. Losing my mother-in-law was just... It was devastating, and even now in 2026, we lost her in 2018, and it's just like, it's so painful. And I wish I had something more encouraging to say. But like, when like people that, my mom's obviously still alive, but like when people that you love so deeply pass away, it's just so, like there's just such a, like a deep hole in your heart, you know? And I'm sorry that you don't have your mom anymore. And I'm sending you like a lot of empathy and love, and I wish that you didn't have to go through that. I'm glad your mom's not in pain anymore, but I'm so sorry that you like have to go through life without her. I'm sorry. I wish I had like better things to say. Yeah, I bet it's been a rough month. I'm sorry. Just make sure to keep taking care of yourself. Yeah, I'm glad that you're taking care of your mental health. It's just... It's good to see you in the chat. I'm sorry that like you have to go through this like deep grief. It's awful. My uncle and granddad passed within days of each other last year, so it's definitely painful and it'll take time to heal. But I wish you nothing but the best in your process. I've never been the same since my brother died. There is a melancholy inside me that never goes away. I'm 50% happy and 50% sad at at any given moment. Yeah. Well, welcome to Weep City. Weeping Willows unite. No words will help, but you're not alone. The grief club sucks, but at some point we'll all be a member. Losing my dad has been the worst, but I look at life so differently now. Yeah. Oh no, it's okay. Crying's regulatory. I miss my mother-in-law. And it's like genuinely like, I'm really sorry when y'all have to go through hard things. And I genuinely have empathy for y'all when you have to go through painful losses, like losing someone you love. And crying's regulatory, but I'm very like, I'm sad that you're hurting. And I'm not sorry I'm crying. All right, let's get back.
Okay. But and then I was like, I was just determined. So then I was in contact with some of the sales reps there, and I was like, yo, I want a job.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the guys was like, yo, fly down there and just show up. And so I flew down, and I was like, called the office, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna show up. And he's like, yo, don't do that because you'll get kicked out by security. And I was like, well, if I go in and get kicked out by security, it's gonna look weird. I look like a weirdo. So then he was like, yo, no problem. Boom. I flew down again to try to walk in again because he was like, yo, don't worry about it. Just walk in and do it. Like, you're fine.
Who said that?
I'm
Someone
not
else.
gonna say.
But
Somebody else.
someone. Okay.
Yeah. Someone there.
Okay.
Right? And then I flew down a second time, and then they were shut down because of COVID. So I couldn't go in the office. So then I was shooting videos to one of the managers there, like, hey, man, I'm here. I'm ready for work. They're like, all right, whatever. We'll give you a time. I flew down a third time, and I just stayed there until I got hired. And then after that, dude, I was like...
You stayed in Miami. You're just
No,
like...
I stayed in their office.
Wait, what do you mean you stayed in their office?
Like, dude, like, it was the same thing. It was like the interview with the guy was like 2 minutes again.
Yeah.
He was like, all right, that's it. And I'm like, this interview's not over.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it is. I'm like, no, it's not. You're supposed to ask me more questions.
Yeah.
And he had his assistant, like, drag me out. And I was like, where's the HR person? She's like, oh, she's over there, but she's probably busy. I was like, well, let's go find out.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, like, no, we'll just give you a text or an email. I'm like, dude, once she says that, I'm cooked.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm getting a job, right? So I was like, I'll go walk up to her desk right now. Like, where she's at? She's like, over there. So I started walking.
Yeah.
And I walked in, sat down with the
It's just
HR
this, like,
person, closed the deal. Yeah, she's like,
Wow.
when can you start? I was like, a few weeks, let's go. Bang.
Wow.
And then I started. And then,
How is this a thing? How is crossing boundaries a thing? I don't understand. How is trespassing on someone's business and ignoring boundaries a thing? Hi, Becca. He could have gotten arrested.
you know, 30 million later and, hundreds of thousands of calls later, changed myself into a completely new man. And 2021, found Scientology, took it all the way, dude. And it really inspired me actually to start my own business, was Scientology.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
No, wait. So we talked earlier, dude. We need to
I know,
get
we
in-
went really long
I
in
know.
that story there. We went really long, but that's about a lot.
First of all, I would say I'll just comment upon the Grant thing or at his office is like, you got a persistence, right? You're gonna be told no so many times in sales, right? You're gonna be told no over and over. But if you can get past the no and ask again, isn't that what sales is all about?
That's all it is, man.
That's right.
Sell it, be sold.
That's right.
So yeah, so at the end of the day, no in your face, flying down, no, like a bunch of times, then you're like, let's find another opening.
Well,
I
it's
think
like,
that's a lesson, no? I mean,
right.
if
Yeah.
I'm HR, I'll be like, all right, let's try this guy, right?
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, dude, what's the worst thing that could happen?
Yeah, exactly.
I only have one shot at this anyways.
Right.
And you made
Who-
it.
If they kick me out, then I'm not gonna get the job anyways. So it's not like I live here.
Go for
Yep.
broke.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I flew down 3 times. I've literally spent like $6,000
Yeah.
on hotels, on flights, bookings, all Ubers and all that other like.
Yeah, why not try
Yeah,
it?
dude. I'm like, dude, I'm staying here until I get the job.
Yep.
So
Wow.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
okay.
that's honestly super admirable. Like the
What?
I
number of
actually did the
people-
same thing for when I started selling cars too. I walked in the dealership every day until I got the job.
Wow.
Wow, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, because I was unemployed.
Yeah, you had that money.
And the interview, they got the general manager asked me, he's like, "What's your biggest accomplishment?" I was like, "Doing a backflip on a snowboard," and he was like,
Honestly, it's
Dude, I think that's pretty good,
impressive.
bro.
he was like, "Nice, man. What do you know about sales?" I'm like, "Nothing, but I'm willing to learn anything."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just showed up every day
See,
until I got the job.
You can tell we're not managers because the manager's gonna be like backflip on a snowboard. But as a business owner, we'll be like backflip on a snowboard.
It means you can
Yeah.
achieve stuff.
What?
Bro. It means you have some dedication and
Yeah.
some persistence.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
If you could do a backflip on a snowboard, bro, and you want a job in my office, bro, come on in. Call me. Send me a message on Facebook or something. I will give you at least an interview because that's amazing. Just saying.
Don't
Okay.
don't call me.
Don't call this guy. No, what do you mean? Backflip's even more
Chris,
important
me.
for construction.
You can
Call Chris. All
You
right.
can call me.
Sorry. Good. So, bro, like, you told us a story. You're working at Grant's place for a while, and then you went on like a walk or something. You had like a bad day. I forgot exactly.
Oh yeah. We were talking about this.
What
the
happened,
first
bro?
one. Yeah. So what happened was, I was like on my way out, right? I was,
Right. So the first year you were terrible,
Yeah, 'cause
right?
the first couple
the
months-
first year
Yeah,
you
I mean, it was like this. It was like up and then down.
90-day phenomenon.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, right. And like, I was just going whatever.
That's the first like 6
ethics.
months.
Just to explain, like, there's a thing in sales that's just a known datum. Grant talks about it a lot. Is that the first 90 days you'll go boom affluence, and then at 90 days there's a weird thing where people will just crash out.
I never heard of this.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Okay,
in
fine.
sales.
Okay,
it's a
cool.
real thing. Yeah.
Okay.
It is a real thing. And so, yeah, I was, what was it, like July time, around July, and I was, I was doing pretty well there. In March, I made like 13 grand. I thought I was about to cry because, like, I've never made 13 grand in a month ever. I was like, oh my God, $13,000 just got deposited in my bank account. I was like, what do I do, right?
Wow.
And then after
Spend
that,
it all.
yeah. And then after that, then it went down and down and down and down and down, and I just kept getting emails like, "Hey, red alert, stats down." Then I'm like, "Dude, I'm about to get cooked right now."
Yeah.
Like, bro, I am not moving back to Erie, Pennsylvania, bro. I am not going back home telling my family it didn't work out and have them create all the justifications
Yeah.
on why it didn't.
Yeah.
That, dude.
Wow. You didn't want them to say it's okay. It's okay. You didn't make it, Chris.
Yeah, dude.
That's
Like,
what
You
That's
can come live
awesome.
at
my
you can be at
biggest,
your
my
mom's
biggest
house.
concern, my biggest concern was.
Come live at mom's house.
Yeah.
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 My biggest
Wow.
concern is going back and creating reasons on why it didn't work and being one of those guys that's like, I gave it a shot and it didn't work out. I gave it everything I had, just not for me. F that, dude. I literally moved here to do it, and I don't give a
gonna be rough.
what it takes. I'm literally gonna make it happen.
So you're not selling anything for a while.
Yeah.
And,
I'm
you're
working-
red
I'm
alert,
working
red
14.
alert.
Is there a dude and bro counter? I wish there was. I mean, we're gonna be watching this podcast going forward, not every single week, but next week we're gonna be watching a wild one from this pro Scientology propaganda podcast. But I should have put one up for sure. I should have put one up.
16-hour days.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to the office.
Shelby, this is a Scientology podcast, and this guy in the suit works for Grant Cardone.
From 7:15 a.m. and I'm leaving at 8:30.
And it's not working out. It's been not working out for you.
Huh?
So then,
Yeah.
so then, so then.
So then I'm going for a run, right? And I'll reenact it. And I'm going for a run because I was like, dude, I need to like get my space out, bro. Because I read all these books. And I'm looking for information and like I'm just like, oh, right. So I'm on this run, dude. I'm on the bridge in Sunny Isles. If you ever seen Sunny Isles, it's beautiful, dude. So beautiful, dude. Oh my god. And I'm running. I'm screaming. I'm like, I need to change. I need to change. It's funny reenacting it because it's the second time.
No, you said it way more strong last time, bro.
I need to change. Okay, I was screaming.
And
like
you,
I was
you
literally
physically
screaming.
said it. Yeah.
I physically said it, and I was physically screaming it
Yeah.
till like my voice was blown out.
Yeah.
And just trying to like fucking obsess over like
Alexis!
getting better and changing something in my life.
Yeah.
Right. And then I stop my run. I go for a drive back home, and I see my boy walking, and I was like, yo, what's up? And he's like, yo, I'm walking to the bank. I'm like, bro, the bank's closed. He's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, why the f are you going to the bank? He's like, oh, I'm depositing a check. I was like, bro, it's closed. Whatever, hop in, dude. I took him for a ride to the bank, and he's like, oh, I'm going to the Scientology thing tomorrow. I'm doing like a course here. You want to go? And I was like, sure. What's it about? Like, I've heard a little bit about it, right? And I knew some of the people at the office did it, whatever. And so I'm like, oh, like, whatever. I read all the stuff, listened to all the stuff. I was like, sure, why not? I mean, who cares? And I was like, yeah, sure. What's it about? He's like, oh, dude, I'm doing this course on like graphs and stuff, dude. It's really cool. I'm like, sick, bro. I'm like, how much is it? He's like, oh, it's $50. I'm like, cool. You're gonna help me make more money? He's like, yeah, I should. I was like, all right, bet. So then next morning, it was like me and like 3 others. We just pulled up with squad to the church, bro. And like, I did the whole orientation thing. You know, they did the personality test thing, and like, I'm just there. I'm like, dude, I don't give a any of this. I just want to buy the course. Like, I'm literally telling him, I'm like, dude, like give me, like, I'm literally ready to buy. Just let me buy this course. Swear to God. They're like, oh, you should do this option. I'm like, no, I don't want to do this course. I want to do this staff graph course. They're like, oh, formulas of living. I was like, yeah. I was like, give me the. I don't care what the name is.
course.
Graph course, right? So the next day I came back, I read it, and I was like, yo, this, like, the first page, I was like, this is everything I've been wanting to get for my entire life, and I haven't gotten it, and this is it.
Wow.
And so, you know, then I did life repair, and then after life repair, boom, I did like 280 grand in a week.
Wow.
And after that, dude, it was just lights out, bro. After that, it was literally lights out.
That means a good thing, I guess.
Like in a good way, yeah.
Lights
like,
out
it was
normally
like,
for me to get knocked out.
it was like game over. Like,
Okay.
dude, it was like I was locked in forever. Like locked in. Like I was
Yeah.
dialed. Like I went to work that next morning because, you know, in auditing and like in the life repair, like you relieve so many stuff, so much stuff. Dude, I walked in the office feeling like a god. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
oh my god. And then
Yeah,
that
that's
week
right.
closed 280. Next week like 128. And then after that,
Sorry.
dude, I was making 20, 30K a month.
Wow.
It was incredible.
And that's your money. That's not sales.
No, that's my
That's
money.
your money.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
income.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now I want to talk
But it
about
does take a
this.
lot of work. Like you could do Scientology but not apply it.
Yeah.
Of course.
And
get nothing.
and still get no result.
That's right.
You know, but you have to apply it. And so what I did really well is I applied it. I didn't just study it just to study it or do it.
What does this sound like? Hello? Multi-level marketing. Is this what's the percentage of people in Scientology that apply this stuff to business where it actually works out for them? Also, Grant Cardone feeds a bunch of people from his business into Scientology. By the way, if you didn't know. Sorry, I messed this up. Yep, sure does, Broken Waffles. They sure are not. It doesn't seem like they are, Michaela.
just to do it. I did it for an intention to get better.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I'm going to take every single dollar that I have in here as an investment in myself and use every single penny and apply everything I can. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah. Yeah. So I want to now there's two things, right? So you said good, you did Formulas for Living course. Okay. And then you did Life Repair. And so Life Repair is a spiritual address to yourself.
Yeah.
Right? To find more of you and repair obviously your life, right?
Yeah.
And then this Formulas for Living is I guess it also is about your life, but you also, it has a lot of business applications. What do you think is it what made it more, what had bigger impact? Learning
Life
one
Repair.
thing? Yeah, exactly.
I would say out of overall the Life Repair. But honestly, I probably wouldn't have done the Life Repair if I didn't do Formulas of Living.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
Because if someone told me do this and it'll help you, I'd be like, I don't have any wins yet.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like,
Oh, wow.
okay. So whenever I get people into, Scientology and they're doing a course, I can just do it from my viewpoint. Hey dude, do a course, bro. Just do a $50 course, man. Just do it.
Let me ask you a question.
See if you can finish it
Yep.
first.
Yeah.
Just finish it. Tell me what you feel like after you finish the course.
Yeah.
Everything will change.
Chris, I have a question about something you just said. You said get people into Scientology. So I also share Scientology with my friends and people I think it'll help. Why do you share Scientology with people?
Dude, because it helped me so much, and it'd be wrong for me not to share it with people. Some people I know, they are Scientologists and they hide it, and they're they don't want to make it public, or they think it's weird or whatever. They don't want to get offended or whatever. Dude, I don't give a bro. I'll post that shit on my social media. Good,
Yeah.
I get fired
You
for
do
it,
a lot. You
Yeah.
post about it a lot.
Yeah, I don't
love
give a
that. I
dude.
love that.
bro. Who
Yeah.
cares?
Yeah.
It's planet Earth. What's the worst that can happen? They unfollow me. Cool.
You're going to be heartbroken.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Good for you, man. I don't care about any backlash that I get for being a Scientologist. Because if you're scared to promote being a Scientologist, there's something that you're doing is wrong. It's just true. You should not be afraid to be who you are. It doesn't matter. Christians are happy to be Christians. Muslims are happy to be Muslims. Jewish people are happy to be Jews. Black people are black, white people are white, whatever, dude. Are you gonna hide being a black person? No. Dude,
It. Do you see how he has also transitioned from his story to selling courses, and what do the courses solve for him? Making him a shit ton of money. He forced his way into Grant Cardone's company, in my opinion. Not my business. Not my business, not my business. And allegedly the Scientology courses fixed the way that he earns money, and then he made a bunch of income claims with no, what is it called? An income disclosure statement, and then tied the two together that Scientology courses made him able to earn a bunch of money. The Federal Trade Commission says you can't do that, Christopher. It's not just MLMs who can't do that. You can't do that in Scientology either. You can't do that in Scientology either. Savannah! This is a pro-Scientology podcast, and this guy works for Grant Cardone. It's good to see you. Hey, this dude's a chicken nugget. Also, I don't know how to do this stitch. Yeah, you can choose your religion, but you can't choose whether you have African descendant or not. You can't choose your genetics.
You're just you, and then you die, and then guess what? You get up the next time. You get up another time. Whatever you believe in. You know, you get up again, right? But like, you know, recently I've been on this thing of like, dude, it really doesn't matter what we do on this earth. It just matters like what kind of impact you have, and so that's why I share it. And so I post a lot about it on social media, and I've had people not want to work with me because I'm a Scientologist. You know, I've had people, I've had people say like, oh, don't work with this guy, or they'll label me like, oh yeah, Chris, the Scientologist guy. Like, you know, I'm like, dude, it's just weird.
Yeah,
Like, it's just weird.
It goes back to like, you go back to like Germany, like in the Nazi days, right? Like the people talk about.
Glad you brought this
Yeah,
up.
I
was totally gonna go here.
Yeah. So I just want to say, like, there's people that say, like, because you'll talk about it, like, oh, dude, I don't know. Dude, how could people have been that and been so discriminatory and, like, how could just some people have joined Nazis? Dude, there was a lot of Nazis. A lot of Nazis.
A lot.
And they're like, I would never.
Not Germany, by the way.
Like, this thing spread. And so people sometimes will say, like, this, like, first, like, oh, my gosh, how could this happen? But then they go, well, what are you doing today? Because guess what? This is not right now. There's that like discrimination takes on other forms.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Do not dare. You do not even fucking dare. The only thing that you can compare a genocide to is a genocide. And the only thing that you can... You cannot even put yourself in the same category that you are experiencing the same type of discrimination or the same type of... what am I even trying to say? Yes, it's giving Angela Sumner to say that, oh my God, I'm experiencing the same type of... The people also, the Germans actually teach history so that they don't repeat it, way better than we do here about what happened in the Holocaust. And it is so disrespectful for them to even compare. It's so disrespectful to make that comparison. It's not the same. I wish I wish I was able to communicate this better than what I'm doing right now, but holy, I lost my magnet. I'm disturbed right now. I can't believe they said this. It's giving complete and utter bullshit. What? They've got an entire podcast. It is a pro Scientology propaganda podcast.
So, like, if you are going to be, like, such a high moral, such a great person, like, what are you doing now to end discrimination? What are you doing now to, like, defend people's rights to freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of whatever, freedom to move, freedom to play, freedom to work? Like, what are you doing now for that? Are you defending people's rights when they get their jobs taken away from them because they won't bend the knee or do whatever?
Do you remember what Scientology did to the IRS in the 90s? Do you remember the harassment that Scientology does when people try to leave. Do you remember what they do when they record during the auditing and then blackmail people allegedly when they try to leave, or when they force people to do things that they don't want to do? Are you seriously sitting here and pretending to be the victim right now as Scientologists? Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? You know how the Scientologists got their tax-free status. We're going to have to go over it. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So it's like now it's just different types. But a lot of people today, they would have fallen that back then.
We have not. Scientology is such a twisty, big topic. John Atack might be someone that John Atack absolutely is someone I recommend watching if you're looking for a calm, chill person to learn from. Here's what I think we should do. I'm doing MLM's my main, like 90% MLM. Then we're gonna do cults and crafts, and so we need to like look at the financial recruiting structure of Scientology. Then we need to look at the IRS fuckery. Then we need to look at his book that he wrote. Janet Miscavige. Okay, cool. We can look at her too. Yeah. Cool. I will. I'll try to link her in the description, and if I don't, and you're here, just type in Jenna Miscavige in the YouTube search bar, and she'll probably be the first one that comes up. And the chat has the correct spelling here on the screen. If it doesn't load yet over on the side, you can. That's why it's here, right here.
Yeah.
Right? Those guys, like, you can't work with him because he's a Christian, or you can't. Oh, how could you work with that guy? He's a whatever.
Right.
Like, those are the guys who, if they were born in another time,
Yeah.
those guys would be the Nazis.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh
Just
my
saying.
God,
And
stop.
so yeah, and so
Don't
my
be a Nazi.
Oh my God, these guys are awful.
yeah, don't be a Nazi.
Yep.
It's so funny because it's not.
Nazis.
Anyways, we'll keep it not
Cuss
political.
word, Nazis.
One other thing I wanted to point out, Chris, is you went down the rabbit hole of unsavory things on the internet. Which,
Yeah.
by the way, if you want to,
Oh. Why are they considered a cult? They, in my opinion, have one of the most public facing use of behavioral information, thought, and emotional control that I've seen. They use celebrity public facing figures to get people to join Scientology. They use the auditing process, meaning you come into a private enclosed space and what you share is recorded and those recordings are saved. And that information is used in an emotional controlled way to, if you ever decide to do things that are not in alignment with Scientology, that those pieces of information are used to control you and or blackmail you, in my opinion, especially higher up. If you want to get to the next level of enlightenment, you have to pay for those classes, and you end up paying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to get to all of the different levels. So it's a financial deal, and they are rated as a religion, and so the there's the guy who is the leader, whatever his name is, Miscavige. He is there's a lot of twisty things surrounding him, but the original man who wrote this religion out was based on fiction, but the child abuse that has happened within Scientology, the adult abuse that has happened within Scientology, the coercive control that has happened, the evidence that has come out because people are willing to speak up now has been atrocious. And the reason it's taken so long for people to speak up is because Scientology actively goes and harasses and silences people with like a group within Scientology that are like literally trained to go and keep people quiet, basically. Hubbard was a science fiction author. L. Ron Hubbard, yes. And if you go, probably Wikipedia, Scientology also keeps a bunch of websites up that go after cult experts to try to discredit them because the cult experts are trying to talk about how dangerous Scientology is. And you have to kind of dig deep to figure out like which websites Scientology has created, because they're doing things like this podcast. They're doing things like these websites that they're paying to rank first, because these cult experts are trying to speak out against it, and Scientology is paying so much money to try to bury experts so that people can't figure out basically that Scientology is harming people, in my opinion. It's not just a happy, forward-facing, everybody's good, nothing's wrong. It's highly controlled, trying to, in my opinion, clone people to do things so that money is funneled to the top, so that the top people get to live a luxurious lifestyle, and then the people who are harmed at the bottom continue to feed into the financial system. And whoever gets harmed in the way, as long as they keep quiet, it doesn't matter. Necronomipod has a great series on Scientology if you're into podcasts. Perfect. L. Ron Hubbard was a quack. Yes. And Jenna is the niece of the current leader of Scientology, and she has left. And she has a YouTube channel. John Atack, I'm pretty sure, was in Scientology, and he has a super... I'm pretty sure. He's really good, too. The children of the leaders are neglected and forced to follow their leaders and serve them. It costs money to gain access to the church. Yes, and the children, if you are, what's it called when you're on the ship? If your parents are on the flag track or whatever, the children are raised like in a group with somebody else. It's wild. And the more you read about it, the more you're like, how come this isn't like making people rage in public? Because Scientology tries to silence everything about it. Sea Org. What's the flag stuff then? Is that the leaders? I don't know. It's wild. It's wild. The Sea Org. Okay.
see all the trash on anybody, just Google their name. Dude, Google is basically a garbage dump at this point.
It is.
Like, yeah, for almost anything, by
You
the
gotta
way.
get it.
Oh yeah, Google's not going to help you. Google's not going to help you learn about Scientology. Bullshit. Bullshit. You can't trust anything you read on the internet about Scientology. Bullshit. Bullshit. Leah Remini said she never went to school.
Straight from Wikipedia as well. Like,
Wikipedia's the worst.
yeah, Wikipedia is arguably worse than Google. So, anyways, the thing that I want to actually validate you on is like you looked at that because in all transparency, I went down that road as well when I was first looking at Scientology. I was like, let me get more information.
Yeah.
And I started looking, and I was like, well, I didn't get scared. I'm not scared.
No, but
I'm
like
just
you,
kidding.
you're
I'm
like
just fucking
you're like
with you.
internally, dude. You're like going through a dark hole. Like,
Yeah,
it's
Well,
just
for
like
me-
anything.
For
man.
me, it was like I actually started with, hey, I actually want to see what other people have to say about this. That's part of the reason we're doing this in the first place. Is like, what do people have to say about our religion, like our own people? What do we have to say about it? And that's what I wanted, and what I found was like nasty stuff, like just like, and I could tell, like I've always been very aware of like at what level, you know, you may call it wavelength or whatever, but there's like an awareness of what level are people communicating at. Is it up here and it's really positive and like pro-survival, or is it really nasty and negative and like death talk, right? And so I was like, wow, these people like who are like not, who are like basically anti-Scientology, they're like death talk. They're like talking in the tone of like just nasty stuff. And I saw that and I was like, that's weird. I was like, that actually made me, and then I found like mainstream media is kind of like aligned itself not with the church because it's a pro-survival thing, and I'm like, these are all, now I want it more. Now I want to know what it is. But I wanted to validate you for going down that, and then being aware enough to say, this is probably not a good source of information. Because what I would liken it to, and I was glad you brought up the Nazi thing, is like, imagine you go back to the 1939, right?
And I'm glad you brought up the Nazi thing. Oh, Flag is what they call the home base for the Sea Org. Got it. Thank you, Kojo.
And you go into Nazi Germany and you ask one of Hitler's top officials, hey, what do you think about Judaism? I'm thinking about becoming a Jew. What kind of an answer are you going to get from
You're
that
gonna get
individual?
shot.
Yeah.
You're probably going to get killed for even thinking
Yeah,
about it. But
exactly.
you're definitely not going to get a fair
Why are we laughing about this?
answer. The people who go online looking at there's like, you know, a couple wackos, getting information from them about Scientology is literally
Wackos? Seriously? Let me ask you a question. Why are people who are concerned about what's happening to children in Scientology, how come those people are described as wackos? How come there's not a concern from people who practice Scientology? Why is there not people raging about that in Scientology? All of y'all next week when we watch y'all talk about having 6, 10 plus kids and the guys being totally on board for that. How come y'all are not super on board and fighting righteously for the kids who are harmed in Scientology? Huh? We're the wackos? We're the biased people over here? Really? Everything we say is just so off base? The people who've been harmed in Scientology, oh, we're asking questions about that, but we're like totally off base? You don't even want to have a conversation about that? We can't even come together about some of those points? Really? Oh, everything that we have to say is just everything we have to say is wrong? Give me a break.
like asking Hitler how you should think about being a Jew. It's literally
Yeah.
the same. And
They're very similar.
historically,
It's not the same. Don't even compare it. Don't even compare it. Don't even compare it. Don't even freaking compare it. It's disrespectful. It is disrespectful. Sorry, I'm really sorry. I know people are irritated when people touch their hair. My hair was just messy from the MRI, and it was just fuzzy, and I just needed to rebraid it really quickly. I didn't really think the episode was gonna go this way, but like, I'm kind of not surprised, but I'm also kind of shocked, so... Ugh.
Historically, this will be proven true. Historically, that will be proven. So in 100 years, great-grandchildren.
Yeah,
heard it here.
I just have to say
It's a good
it's
job,
no, that's very
Yeah.
true, very
Love
true.
it.
I want to say I don't know if you guys have seen, but there's a movie. I'm never gonna remember the name. But I think it's called like Swing Kids or Swing something. It's like these. It was a great movie. I'm gonna have to find this movie. Okay, but
Footloose?
nah, dude, it was about these guys, but they were dancing, and it was like not like that, dude. Come on, bro.
You're describing
Come on.
Footloose.
Okay, no. Anyway, they're in Nazi Germany, right? And they have like these swing clubs. They're dancing the swing dance. Okay, and Footloose is not about that, dude.
No, it's just
No,
similar.
not even close.
You're right. You're right.
The point is, they share a video, which I think was probably a true video of like, what is a Jew, right? And they actually will show like a film that it's like, if you see a Jew, you know, their eyes shine in a certain way, and they have the big nose, and it's like, and this is how you treat. Like, it has this whole like thing of like,
What are we listening to right now?
this is what'll happen. And funny enough, like some of these guys will say that, like, you see the Scientology, you see the Christian, or whatever, like a Mormon. The Mormons are always a big smile, whatever, like whatever the thing is.
Yeah.
But they're gonna teach you to not see what you see and to see what they tell you to see.
That's right.
That's the key. The
Yep.
key point is like, instead of like
point is
look
don't
for
look for your-
yourself,
yeah,
the point
exactly.
is like, instead of look for yourself and be like, dude, if I want to know about what Muslims believe, you go into the mosque and you're like, dude, tell me, what do you believe? How can I use this for my life? Like, teach me. And that's how you're gonna learn. And if you go to like, I don't know, go to the internet and ask some random person who literally makes money off attacking these guys,
That's right.
you're gonna get garbage. And so the point is like,
A logical fallacy. You're making money off of your YouTube? Sorry, I messed up. He's making money off of his YouTube, so like, maybe he's not. Maybe he just has 14.5 thousand subscribers and he doesn't make any money off of his YouTube. Or maybe he's okay making money off of his YouTube because he's a Scientologist expert and so he can make money off of his YouTube channel. I don't know.
the overall message of these guys is like, don't go and don't look, because I will tell you so you don't have to. And therefore, that's actually what prejudice is. Prejudice, Judas means to judge, pre is before, to judge before.
Yeah.
So to judge something before you even see it.
That's right.
Anyway, okay, good, that's all.
We got an
So
intellectual
true.
on the show today.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like this. It's
very
went in
true.
a good direction.
Bro, so I want you to tell me now, like, good. So you found Scientology, you did life repair, your sales are going better than ever. What other, like, how did your life evolve from then?
Just about everything, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude. Like everything. Like my family, with my people that I have, my like trust with myself, my decisions, now
I
my
ask-
business.
Can I ask what did you notice with your family? Because I noticed that when I
Bro, I didn't
got
talk
into
to
Scientology-
them.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
good.
So I always had a problem where I wouldn't talk to them.
yeah.
Where I'd just be focused on working. So instead of talking to them, I'd be like, guys, I can't talk to you. I have to work. 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 I have to
Sounds
work.
just
I
like
have to
me.
work, right?
Yeah.
Which is good. But like, you know, like my family would text me or call me and I'd be like, hey, like, what's up? Like, good. Okay, good. Bye. and I'm working, working, right? But then in Scientology, as I was doing the courses, introductory courses, life repair, other auditing, like I'm like, dude, like, bro, like my family actually just cares about me, dude. Like I'm always the outsider, right? So anytime I do something, it usually brings in about 30 to 40 questions from my family on what I'm doing, just because of like I just live a very different life, you know. Not saying I'm like, but I just do. Like I just make decisions fast. I usually make wild decisions that make sense to me that the normal person just may not be able to comprehend. And so
And you're good at taking time out of things as well.
yeah, I just
Which
make a
is
decision.
So weird. To
Like
do.
shout out to my boy Caleb, you know? Like, dude, he made a decision. He moved over here. He was like, yo, I'm quitting my job. I'm working for you. I said, done. Let's go. No time. Like, let's go right now. He's like, I'm moving by the end of the month. Like, how can we do it this week?
Yeah.
Right? Like, how can we get this done right now, dude?
Yeah.
You know? And so that's another thing, like right now. Like
Yeah.
making decisions fast, that's a
Yeah.
whole nother thing. But with the family thing, it's helped me out a lot, right? And because like, you know, like I said, like now I run a business, you know, multiple responsibilities. And that also when I left Erie and then went to Miami and then for like a year or so and then I came back, right? And then now I don't see him that often because I'm down here. Whenever I come back, it's like it's getting better now, but this is just in my eyes that they just don't they don't see what I do every day. And so they may think of me as like the kid that I was, right? But they don't know that I'm, you know, working 18-hour days. They may know it, but they just don't see it, right? And so like in my world, like whatever, spend 10 grand on this or 5 grand on that or do this, travel here, travel there, bang, boom, you know, like get engaged within 5 days. Like, dude, like, you know, like all this, right? Like,
Okay, explain
you
that.
know, like, dude, I just made a decision.
Yeah.
I made the decision to do it. I was like, okay, let's do it. And she was like, let's do it. And if she was uncertain, I'd probably be like, okay, not the right one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, like, dude, I want to move fast, bro. I don't need to spend 2 years just to make a decision, dude. Like,
Yeah.
what are we waiting for?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like helping out with that, dude, because that was a huge thing. Because whenever they'd ask me questions, I'd get pissed off. I'm like, guys, like, stop asking me so many freaking questions.
Let's give some memberships away. Before I forget. Oh God, I'm in the wrong spot. Whoops. Switch account. All right. Those. All right. Kojo got one, Michaela got one, Tinkerbell got one, Jill got one, and Season 1650 got one. Welcome to Illyria. Whoops. Welcome to Illyria.
Gold. Headmaster. So very pleased to meet you. So very, very pleased.
Hello, sir. Heard you wanted to see me.
I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to Illyria. Welcome, 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 welcome to Illyria. I just wanted to have you in to say welcome.
All right, we're going to do 5 more. Sunshinery, Speedy, Arlene Katz, Miss Spring, and Shauna. Welcome. Here's the Discord. Woohoo! And here's the welcome song again. Ah!
Horatio Gold. Headmaster. So very pleased to meet you. So very, Very pleased.
Hello, sir. Heard you wanted to see me.
I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to Illyria. Welcome, 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 welcome to Illyria. I just wanted to have you in to say welcome.
Feel free to join the Discord if you're a member. Also, feel free to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can come back and watch some of our other streams. We stream weekly. Normally we stream a lot, so I'm trying to get back into it with modifications for some chronic pain. So let's continue.
Questions like I'm okay. Like I'm
Oh.
totally okay.
Oh, sorry.
So I get mad. Just but the only reason why is because I just didn't give them enough data to understand fully.
Yeah.
On what I'm actually doing and why I did the decision or why this and why.
So
that.
when you left Erie, like just go work somewhere else. Originally, that was a problem with your family, like to move out.
No, it wasn't a problem with my family to move
Oh.
out. It's just the things I was doing. The partying,
Elise!
the drugs,
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, okay.
smoking, you know, all that stuff.
Heck yeah, kazoos. We're gonna do them tonight just in case I don't stream tomorrow. Happy early birthday! Happy birthday! I'm so happy for you! I hope you have a really good birthday. And if we stream tomorrow, all y'all who had birthdays, let me know again. Let's see. Okay.
Right? Being unreliable, being high all the time, you know.
Being unreliable. What a great thing to point out as like a thing which can ruin a person.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, it was worse.
Wow.
It's the worst thing in the world. My mom told me this once. Says I was in high school and I was doing a bunch of drugs and stuff, and then I would get grounded and whatever, and then she'd be like, "You have to earn your trust back," and I'm like, "Mom, like I got like whatever it was." I don't remember what it was for specifically, but let's just say it was a task, and she wanted to leave and like stay home with me or whatever. I'm like, "Mom, like trust me, like please, like I'll do this," and she's like, "I don't trust you."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "You don't trust me?" And she's like, "No." And obviously she does, but
Brutal.
she's just testing me, right?
Yeah.
He
She's like, "No, I
doesn't.
don't trust you. Why would I trust you? You lie to me every day. You lie about this. You lie about this. You do this. You do that. You do this. Why would anybody trust you to do anything?" And I'm like, "Oh God." I'm like, dude. And then I had to earn trust from my mom, from my own mom.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
Yeah.
like brutal.
Yeah.
But it was good.
Yeah.
Because it was the right thing, and it taught me, like, dude, like, this is life. Dude, she taught me so many life lessons that, like, I still apply today. And also a lot of stuff that she was saying actually has a lot to do with Scientology.
Yeah.
Like making your own decisions, right? Having your own integrity. She would always tell me, like, be ethical, be ethical, be ethical. She would say that, like, every day,
Wow.
That's amazing.
And Scientology is all about ethics.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So it's just so
Wow,
fucking
go,
crazy,
Mom.
bro. Isn't that?
Let's go.
Yeah.
So you became
Does that answer
reliable.
your question?
Yeah. So you made yourself reliable. So then you
Yeah.
let down your family.
Exactly, yeah. So, tomorrow I'm going to to Erie with them. And like before I was always so embarrassed cuz like, I make good money, right? It's just that I just live in a different world, right? I mean, you guys do too, right? You guys run businesses.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if your guys' family make as much money as you guys do, but yeah, right? It's just different, right? And plus me being as young as I am and whatever, and then
Nobody's family makes as much as Aaron does.
Oh, I'm sure. Nobody in the world makes as much
No,
as
no,
it
no,
does.
no.
But since I'm so young, right, and everybody else around me is older, right, I'm like this guy that just went from here to here in like
Yeah, yeah.
this amount of time, and it's
Yeah.
about to go even crazier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so before, I was just so embarrassed, honestly.
Embarrassed that you were rich.
Yeah, embarrassed that I just made more money than everybody. Literally everybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
poor
Like,
baby.
I'm a sales rep. I'm 24 years old. I make $400,000 in a year.
Yeah. I didn't make any money on
You know,
Yeah.
Oh, what a poor baby. I'm so embarrassed. I made $400,000 a year. Who gives a shit? Why do you have to tell people how much you make? I don't care how much you make. I care if you have a safe place to sleep. I care if you have enough food to eat. I care if you have access to medication you need. I care if you have pets, if they have enough food to eat. I care if what did I do wrong again? Mer. I care if you have a car and your tires are good and you have enough gas to get where you need to go. And I care if you I mean, if you want, Stacy, like, if you want to tell me what you do for a living, okay. Is that what I ask people what they do when I meet them? Nope. That's fine. If you want to tell me, okay. I really messed this up. That's all right.
like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
I come
that's
home and I'm like,
the
you know, like they're like, oh, so what you been up to? I'm like, yeah, you know, like working. They're like, how's sales? And I'm like, yeah, it's like pretty. Like I tried to downplay it. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, it's pretty good. They're like, yeah, you making good money? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm making about like I'll probably make like 400,000 this year. And they're like,
No, you could just say, it's doing well. Thanks so much. How are you doing? How's your doing? How's the dogs? How's the family?
they're like, what do you do with that? I'm like, dude, I don't know, dude. Like, I just work, you know? And so it's kind of like embarrassing because I didn't want to, I was never the guy that got a lot done. I was never the accomplished guy. I was always the last guy. And then here I am, full circle, where I'm the guy that, like, is doing everything. And so it was hard for me to, like, I guess, be comfortable with everybody kind of looking at me in, like, a different way of, like, you know, I'm just a normal dude, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be like, oh, Chris is here, so, you know, we have to
No, yeah, for sure.
be all professional or whatever, you know? But, like, yeah, it's just like, it was just interesting in the beginning, man, you know? But
So-
now it's fine.
That's beautiful. Going back to the bridge for a
Yeah.
second. Is it okay if we rewind to the
Yeah,
bridge for a
absolutely.
moment? So, by the way, I don't mean like Scientology bridge. I mean like the bridge in Miami
Yeah.
where you're
Sunny
running
Isles.
Yeah.
and you're screaming, "I need change." So
Yeah.
something
Thank
that was just
you.
hitting me is like,
Need to change.
yeah, bro, literally.
Crazy.
Yeah. So maybe we can edit in an image of this or something like that. But there's a thing in Scientology which is like the bridge to total freedom. It's literally the activities you do to get more of you back more free.
And more awareness.
And more aware, exactly. Yeah, and that's one of the things that it shows somebody goes through right before they're about to start doing the bridge is need
to change.
for change.
Mhm.
Yeah, need of change, need to
Need
change.
change,
I don't know
I
what the
think, yeah.
exact like quote is,
Need of
but it's
change.
basically need of change. You're literally screaming, I'm in need of change. Like this is where I am.
Yeah.
And then not 2 hours goes by. It was within 2 hours,
Yeah.
right? I think that's I'm
Yeah.
remembering it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody
Invites
is
you to the first
walking
step.
down. You pick him up. He says, "Hey, you want to come to the Church of Scientology?"
Bro,
with
it's
me?"
so crazy.
Like,
bro.
okay. So can
It was
you,
crazy,
Yeah, should
bro.
talk about like the phrase "pulling things in." Can we define that? real
Whatever
quick?
you want, dude.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
It's your podcast,
So,
bro.
oh, I love it. So one thing that we talk about, like sometimes as Scientologists, is like we want to be
Destiny.
responsible. destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to be responsible for everything that happens, right? And we're like, okay, how can I be responsible for this? So we use the phrase pull things in a lot, right? Like, oh, I pulled that in, as in I somehow set things in motion so that that thing would occur in my life. Do you feel like you did that in that situation?
1000%. I think it was everything that I did prior to that built that up too as well. You know, I think it was a lot of things that I did prior that I was thinking about doing, obsessing over. You know, because I was stressing my life away, dude. Like I was going 2 weeks, no deals, making 300 to 400 calls a day, dude.
Yeah.
And I just moved my whole life down here, and I can't look like a failure, dude. Like I remember one time, literally, I'm literally in my. It's like 9:30 at night after a whole fucking day, cold calling. Nobody showed up. I had a ton of appointments. No one showed up. I get home, dude, and I'm literally sitting there like crying.
100% no shows?
Yeah. Oh, it's brutal. It was just brutal, dude. It was just brutal. It was just brutal. And so like, and
So
also,
hold on. So you're at home, bro, crying to yourself
yeah.
because you got nothing all day.
Literally, because I have nobody, dude. I don't know anybody in Miami. I have no family members. It's just me. And I'm not gonna fucking call. I can't call anybody that I know and be like, "Yo, this is going on." They just don't understand.
Yeah.
They're not doing what I'm doing. So it's just me. And so I'm literally in my little efficiency, like literally sitting there, like legit, like bawling my eyes out. Like it's the first time I cried, and like this may sound really weird, but like I just don't cry.
Yeah.
Like I don't cry for things, but I do cry. Like, but I'll only cry if I'm alone. Like it's a very weird thing. Like I just like an emotional thing just turns on where it just stops me from crying. Like I will not cry no matter what. But I'm alone and I'm just like literally sitting there like bawling my eyes out and punching my couch. I'm like, dude, what the is going on? Like, bro, like, what am I doing? Like, bro, I'm working so many hours every day and nothing is working, dude. And like the constant thought in my head is like, dude, I can't go back to Erie. That was my biggest motivation, bro.
gosh.
I'm like, bro, I'm not going back to Erie, bro. Damn it. Freaking swearing.
I think you
Screw
need
that.
that.
Screw that. Screw that. I was like, screw that, you know? You know? So, yeah, man. Like, yeah.
And then you went for the run after that date? Was that run
That was
like
like a month after or
Okay,
something
okay.
like that. Yeah. Well, I cried a few times, like my first few months there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very emotionally pressing doing what I was doing every day with, like, just with pure grit. Like,
Wow.
it was just, I just disregarded all of my feelings and my emotions, and I just worked and literally just obsessed over working the most I could possibly do.
And then you still got nothing pretty much.
Yeah, I still got nothing. I got something, but
That's
then
the
I
thing.
got nothing. But
Yeah.
then I got something again, and the got something was way bigger
Yeah.
because I knew like if I gave up, then I didn't accomplish anything, and I'm
Yeah.
back to my normal life,
Yeah.
which I knew I could never do,
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah. And so now like that's why working is so easy for me, dude, because I've already done it.
Yeah.
For years. So
Yeah.
it's
Dude,
like-
you work a lot. Sometimes there's a certain
That's why working's so easy for me because I've been doing it for years. That's great.
place where I see you, or sometimes I go and get like coffee or tea, and it's like 6:30 at night, and this dude's literally sitting there on a call with somebody work. He's like on a Zoom call, like at 7, like
Literally
Right.
7
Hard
days
worker.
a week. You can ask
Hard
Keya, you go
worker.
hard every day, 7
Yeah.
days a
Every
week.
day, every
man.
day.
There's literally like I'm either working, I'm at Scientology, or I'm working out.
Yep.
That's it. I don't do anything else. Or I may play a soccer game. But
Soccer game, you said?
yeah, I play soccer. Yeah.
That's good.
But yeah, dude.
Okay, brother,
And
so-
Scientology helped me with that.
That's amazing.
All of that stuff.
Yeah. In your own words, what is Scientology?
Scientology is a tool that you can use to better all areas of your life, not just one. So that's really like it's a tool that you can use to improve not just your life but the people around you. You know, like for me, it's a tool that saved my life. It's a tool that keeps me on track. It helps me keep my stuff together, and it's like it's really the most fundamental, powerful thing you could ever study ever in your life, truly. And I think it's and
My
what I'm
God.
doing right now there, like, dude, everything is about to go crazy, like with everything in life. And if you're a business person, dude, you should freaking take everything that Scientology has to offer if you're a business person or a salesperson. Cause like, dude, you freaking do some Scientology into your business, bro, it's game over. It's literally game over, dude. You know, But yeah, personally, dude, it's changed my life forever. And I think it's a tool that you could use to become a better person in all areas of life.
Amazing.
Amazing, brother.
Mr. Chris Dietz, thank you for being on the podcast. And
Join Scientology. Just kidding. Stay away. In my opinion. What is happening right now?
don't do nothing.
Guys, from way down in the dumps to like one of the most successful people I know in their 20s, okay?
Yeah.
Had the grit, put in the time. The thing is, all those formulas and all those pieces were in place, but there was a missing piece, which was the spiritual part.
Yep, Scientology.
So
100%.
guys, if you saw this whole thing and you're not convinced right now to go,
Andy's Web, welcome to the Scientology Propaganda Podcast. Oh, wait, it's called Don't Do Nothing, but also we call it Scientology Propaganda. We found this from Keya's World. This is not the episode she reacted to. This guy, right there, but also right there, he works for Grant Cardone. And he showed up to Grant Cardone's business 3 times, and on the 3rd time, he refused to leave. And in the interview, when he didn't get it, he just went over to HR, and he was like, hire me. He's either working or at Scientology or working out.
do formulas for a living
It's 50
right
bucks.
now. $50 at your closest search. Like, just go check it out, dude. Like, there's a chance. What's the worst thing, dude? Like, who
You just walk in and
how-
say the graph course.
yeah.
Exactly.
How crazy does somebody have to be to tell you, dude, you read 40 pages of a book and somehow, like, you use what you want. That's the thing. You do whatever you take part of that and you use it or don't use it. It's totally up to you. But, like, you can see what it is for $50.
You get
and have
one
a
thing from
chance,
that
did you have a
course.
chance to go through what this guy's been through, which is from, like, the bottom, less than 30 grand a year, to now, like, literally he's made millions.
Yeah. Dude, you get one.
Join Scientology and make millions of dollars. The FTC literally says you can't say that. They've made so many FTC violations in this video, I don't even know what to say at this point.
Thing from that course, it's way worth $50 anyways.
Yeah. Exactly. Become Scientologist, don't become Scientologist. Like, you don't need to be a Scientologist
just
to,
do
like,
a course.
use Scientology.
But either way, become a better person.
Yeah, that's what it's about. All right, guys. Thanks, brother. Peace.
Awesome.
Oh my Lanta. Well, that was our first episode of Cults and Crafts. Totally tubular, except what in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here? Time to start putting applications for podcast equipment. Oh my God. This is what I'm working on. We did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah. Oh, Andy's Web. It was wild in the beginning. He basically told us that he did as many bad things as possible from grade 3 to grade 12 because he couldn't get permanently in trouble because he was a minor. So he was going to do as many bad things as possible, and then when he got older, at 18, he wasn't going to do anything bad. And then he ended up getting arrested, and he got thrown into the drunk tank, and the guys on the Scientology interview were like, "What's the drunk tank like?" And he said, "It's like this." And they said, "Oh, that sounds like the medieval ages." And we were all just going, "What?" And he was telling us about everything that he tried and what he was doing every single night. And he told us about what kind of jobs he worked, that he didn't want to go to college. He made fun of people who worked at McDonald's, even though he worked at McDonald's. He worked at TJ Maxx. He showed up to a car dealership every single day until they gave him a job. He showed up at Grant Cardone's business after Grant Cardone recommended a book 3 different times, spent about $6,000 trying to get a job at Grant Cardone's business. On the 3rd time, He got hired. First 90 days, he did well with Grant Cardone. Then he crashed and burned. One of his friends at Grant Cardone's business, a lot of them were Scientologists. One of them invited him to take a course at Scientology, took the course, started making a shit ton of money, and now tells everyone about Scientology because Scientology makes him a ton of money. And he was so embarrassed to be around his family because he makes so much money. Because apparently he has to tell people how much money he makes. And this Scientology propaganda podcast is using a myriad of guests to try to change the reputation of Scientology here on the corner of the internet, on YouTube, and we're not here for the clusterfuck. So, on Thursdays, we're not just going to be looking at this podcast, we're going to be looking at other culty individuals like Teal Swan and a bunch of other twisty AF people. So, that's the wrap up. That's the propaganda puffery. Oh yes, he also worked in the hospital in the kitchens. I forgot that. I'm doing a much better job telling his story. 2 minutes, let's go. Thank you for joining me. I hope you had a fun time crafting. I had a fun time crafting while we did this. I felt like it kind of regulated the situation. Happy birthday to all the birthday people. I hope y'all enjoyed the memberships. Thank y'all for the member milestones. I appreciate the members. Again, if you have not liked, subscribed, or turned on notifications, I'd love for you to come back for another live stream. We're doing MLMs. We're doing cult call-outs. We are doing fun things as well. We have a bunch of fun on members only. And I'd love to see you later. So, we also are working on 10K. It seems like a far way off, but I do want to add another star. I do want to add another star to my necklace, so please help me out. So, see y'all later. Maybe tomorrow. Members, we're going to be recording Melissa Collins tomorrow as soon as I get back from all the people I need to get my medical records from. So, take care of yourself, preserve and promote your emotional well-being. Remember that we don't drink the Kool-Aid, we analyze the ingredients, and I'll see you later. So, bye!